let's just compare for a second. So you have this side that's been pretty much blended and this side that hasn't. Do you see what we did there? Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am Shelly. And if you've already been here, as always, thank you guys so much for supporting my channel by clicking on this video, and welcome back. Now in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I create this flawless flash photography full coverage base, which includes my highlighting, contour, foundation. I know that so many of you guys have been watching my channel for a while, and I realized that I needed to do a series because I wanted to focus on 3 different parts, which I get the most questions on. And I figured that you guys can't really learn what it is that I'm trying to teach you if I'm speeding through clips and things like that. So I wanted to focus solely on the face, the base, the foundation, and show you guys how I achieve this look with blending and my different techniques that I use to get this flawless base. So that is what you're going to be learning today. This is part 1 in the 3-part series. Stick around for the other parts. You guys will not be disappointed. This full look will come together at the end of part 3. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the post notification. Class is now in session, so let's go ahead and get into it. What many of you don't know about me, my childhood dream was to be a teacher. I always knew that I wanted to be a teacher and that I would be a teacher. I would always teach my little cousins and any of the little kids that would come over to our house when we were younger, and I just always knew that I would be a teacher. Just didn't know that I would be teaching makeup. I'm glad that God led me on this path and allowed me to have the resources to be able to teach my skill to you guys. And that'll be what I will be doing for the next few parts in this series. So be sure to stay tuned. I'm really excited about this. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So I am someone who learns by doing. If you are in a position to right now in this moment, sit down with your makeup and let's do our makeup together, because this is going to be the first part in the series that I'm doing, which is the base, how to get a flawless base, how to get a flash photography friendly base. And these are just the tips and tricks that I have learned along the way, and I want to share them with you guys. So like I said, if you're in the position to, grab all of your makeup and sit down and let's do our makeup together. First things first, before you start any application, skincare. Your skincare is so important. Make sure that you do your skincare. Make sure that your skin is nice and moisturized. That goes for all skin types: oily, dry, combination, and sensitive. A lot of people like to start off with using a primer. I use primers every so often. Primers are not mandatory to me. If you do proper skincare, that's basically what a primer does. It's going to help with the overall application. But if your skincare is done or your skin prep is done, then you will not need a primer. So I'm not gonna use a primer. I'm just gonna jump right into concealer. For concealer, I'm going to use an old favorite. These are the Tarte Shape Tape concealers, and I'm using these because these are full coverage. With the full coverage concealer, it's going to pretty much blur the under eye area and any area that you conceal prior to applying your foundation. So you want to use a concealer that is close to your skin complexion. I'm going to take it under my eyes. As you can see, it pretty much just erased the under eye darkness that I have there. And then I'm going to take it down the bridge of my nose because I do have a little bit of discoloration there. I'm going to take it along my mouth area, around the top where there is a slight bit of leftover hyperpigmentation. With any application, brushes are important. The tool that you use to blend out the product is really important. So with the concealer, we let it sit for a second just so that it will dry down. So give it roughly about 20-30 seconds before you start blending it out, because it's gonna allow the product to sort of dry down a little bit, which is going to offer the best coverage. With the Tarte Shape Tape, this concealer does dry down fairly quickly, so I can go ahead and blend it out. And to blend this out, I am using the Sephora Pro Foundation Brush number 47. And I think I mentioned this to you guys in one of my previous videos or tutorials, that I have been loving using cream products first and going on top with powder. So to contour, I'm going to use this black Opal foundation stick in the shade Ebony Brown. And here is how I like to contour. I just really like the slender, you know, like the, you know, that look. So what I'm gonna do is hold my face the way that I want it to look with applying the contour, and then go in with the application. I know that this shade looks really dark, but I really do want an intense contour today. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out. And to blend my contour, I'm using the Real Techniques contour brush. And I'm going to push the product up. This is a cream product, so you don't have to worry. It'll blend seamlessly into your skin. That's what I love about cream. It pretty much sets the foundation, and then you can apply the powder to lock it in place once you're satisfied with what it looks like after blending it out. So I'm kind of like blending down. I go back and forth with my contour preference. Sometimes I like to bring it up where it lifts my cheekbones, and then sometimes I like to kind of bring it down where it snatches my face. So then we blend under here, which, as you can see, it snatches that jawline. And then you can even take, and whatever is left over on the brush, use that under the brow, which is gonna help to lift your face a little bit. When you're doing your contour, bring the contour into the crease. What that does is it pretty much helps you shape your eyes. This contour shade is very dark, so it can be a bit intimidating, but don't worry. We are going to pull it all together. Now we're gonna move on to foundation, and for foundation we are going to use another cream product. This is the Huda Beauty Foundation Stick in the shade Mocha 500G. As you can see it just sharpens out that line there. I love this foundation stick because it's easy, it's very creamy, and the coverage is immaculate. So we are going to use this to go into all of the areas that I did not apply the contour, and also to clean up the contour. I'm gonna take the same brush that I used to blend out the concealer under my eyes, and I'm going to use that to blend the foundation. When you're blending, be sure to take your time. There is no need to rush this process because this part is most important in your application coming out flawless. You're gonna bring that up and blend the space in between the concealer and the contour. Now you're gonna go on your neck and sharpen up that contour. Never forget to blend foundation down your neck. We're going to move on to the highlighting portion. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Tan Sand, and I'm gonna take this right in this area and bring it up the side of my nose. And this is gonna help to brighten up this area, as you can see. And then we'll apply to the forehead as well, and the chin. Going back in with the same brush, we're gonna blend. You're not gonna bring that all the way out. You're gonna keep it as close to this area as possible, because this is the area that you want to be nice and bright and highlighted. So I'm gonna go back into Tan Sand by Tarte, and I'm gonna put that on a MAC, what is this, a MAC 242, and put that down the bridge of my nose to highlight my nose. It's a little bit off, not gonna lie, but it's okay because we're gonna blend. I'm using the Rare Beauty concealer brush to blend it out, and I'm just using it on its angle to blend that nose highlight. I'm gonna take this Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, is what they call it. I'm just gonna take this and bring it down the side of my nose. Now to bring it all to life, what we're gonna do is blend. I'm gonna take this e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. When they said ultimate blending, they did not lie. So we're gonna blend everything together. This is how you do that. You're gonna start with the foundation, or where you applied the foundation, and you're gonna lightly go over where you applied the concealer, bring it up into where you did the highlight, and as you can see, like, let's just compare for a second. So you have this side that's been pretty much blended and this side that hasn't. Do you see what we did there? You can pretty much blend over it to your liking. I kind of want a harsher contour, so I'm gonna leave it as is. Go down the neck, sort of blend over, and then just keep going. So you're gonna blend over the contour a little bit. If you've been watching me for a while, then you know all about my obsession with cream blushes right now. This one in particular, I just recently picked up. It's by Milani. It is in the shade Coral Crush. I'm just gonna go into this here, and then I'm taking a stippling brush and I'm applying that to the apples of my cheeks. And I really hope the camera picks up on just how beautiful this blush is. It is stunning. So I like to bring it up because when you apply your blush in an upward motion, or even just a little bit higher than the actual apples of your cheeks, it gives your face a natural face lifting effect, or the illusion of a lifted face or higher cheekbones. Little blush hack for you there. And the thing with creams, apply as much as you'd like, and you can tone it down whenever you feel like it. So there is nothing that's set in place until you apply the powder. As you can see, I'm looking crazy right now, but that's okay, because we gonna fix that. So now go back on top with the same brush that I used to blend the highlight and the foundation, or I should say the concealer and the foundation. So you're just gonna go over it a little bit just to sort of blend everything together, so there is no harsh demarcation or line of demarcation between the products. As you guys can see, my face just looks much more lifted, and I don't know, I feel like blush just adds sort of like a flirty look to the face. Girly, some might say. Now this may be a lot that you're taking in all at once, but don't fret. That is the reason why I'm doing this in different parts, so I don't overwhelm you. So what you're gonna do before you apply your powder is blend underneath your eyes. And I'm doing this with this Rare Beauty concealer brush. I'm gonna take my Sonia Kashuk sponge and I'm gonna dip into my powder. Make sure I get it nice and coated, and then we set. You want to make sure that you press it into the skin. Do not worry if it starts to clump up. That's just the powder that's like wet from the sponge. What you do when that happens is just take a brush and dust the powder off. See? I remember I freaked out the first time that happened to me. I'm like, what the hell? My makeup is screwed. But no. See? All you do is just brush it off. Now we're gonna set the forehead area. You can do your chin also. And around my mouth. If you're like me and you get smile lines, set the corners of your mouth. So now I'm gonna move on to contour slash bronzer. I know that they are two different things, but this is sort of what I do since I've already contoured. I'm gonna set that area with a powder. This is MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NW50. Yes, NW50. I'm pretty much gonna treat this as like a bronzer. It's a little bit darker than my skin tone, so it acts as a bronzer, but I'm using it to set the contour. Then we're gonna take it down the nose. I'm gonna bring it into the crease like we did with the contour. And then bring it down the nose to set that nose contour in place. I'm using Savage Blush by NARS. This also has a little bit of frost in it, which is what I've been loving. When it comes to blushes, I've been loving using the blush that has the frost in it. NARS is known for this with their blushes, and honestly, I really do love this. It makes it so much easier whenever you don't want to deal with using highlight. Just go into that, and we're gonna apply that top. And then if you're feeling risque, put a little bit over your nose. I'm using the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. This powder is so good. You guys, it's so good. I love using this as an all over face powder. So you're gonna take and apply that all over the face. We're going to lock in everything underneath the eye. This is going to help to smooth out your under eye area and just add that extra bit of brightness. If you're not into that, you can skip this step, but I'm into it, so I'm not gonna skip it. I'm just using the Charlotte Tilbury face powder. This is the shade 2, and I'm gonna take and apply that under my eye and just dab it on. And I know this seems like a lot going on under your eye, but as long as you applied an eye cream, sis, you'll be fine. Hydrate underneath your eyes before packing on all this product. And you can sort of fade that into the blush, and it just looks so good. And I like to set the corners of my nose with this as well. Get into the crevices. If you want to add an extra bit of like for your nose, here's what you can do. Take a highlight shade, whatever highlighter that you have. I just have Hustle Baby right here, so I'm just gonna use this. You're gonna take a very thin shader brush, go down the bridge of your nose. Leave like a little space in between and then go on the tip of your nose. You soften it out a little bit with your finger. Voila, nose is snatched, hunty. And now for the final step is setting spray. We're gonna use the Professional Super Setter by Benefit. If you have a fan handy, dry it with a fan. If you don't worry about it. Just let it air dry. And that is it for the base. So that is it for the first part of the series where I show you guys how to achieve a flawless base. It is flash and photography friendly. So if you're in a wedding, or if you're an IG model, or if you just want good content and you want your makeup to look flawless and last all day and all night, this is the base for you. If you don't like all these products, I know I did use a lot of products, but this is what I do to achieve that flawless, or this flawless beat. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me in part 1 of this series. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss any of the future uploads. And just keep in mind that parts 2 and 3 will be uploaded as well, so stay tuned for those. And again, thank you guys so much for all of your support on my channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!